Right, a lot of you have asked me about my pod farm tone, the one I use on my Chris Brown video. I use this one as well on my volumes covers that I've done recently, so I'll give you a walkthrough of it. The first thing you're going to want to start with is your bass amp. And the main thing people go wrong with is they think that a lot of overdrive means good tone. It's I don't know, you're just going to get... There's no clarity to anything there, it's just a mess, so don't worry so much about overdrive as part of your tone. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. But with my overdrive, I've got it on 23% on the amp, and I've got my bass set quite low as well, because you don't want a lot of bass, otherwise your guitar's just going to sound muddy. Middle and treble set quite high, my presence is on full, volume's on full as well. My cab, I've got my cab set to, I've got a 57 off axis on a 4x12 tread plate cab. The room's set to 0%, because all you're going to get from that is reverb, even though it doesn't really sound like it when you listen to it on Pod Farm, but I don't know, just to be safe I make sure it's set to 0. My noise gate's set pretty aggressive. There's no decay on it because I just want it just to stop when I want it to stop. And then this is where the main part of my overdrive sound comes from. I've got the drive on the tube screamer set to 0% and gain on full, so I'm only using the gain, and then the tone is set to 73% or something. If I turn that off, you can hear my... The tone's pretty clean and weedy, but once that comes on... That's the aggressive part of my tone then. Then I compress it. It'll fight against your noise gate. It'll help you get more sustain out of it, and then I boosted the gain a bit on it. And then the weird part of it is using the
graphic equalizer.
Graphic equalizer. I can never remember what it's actually called, but you can see my settings for it there. I keep the bass quite high on it. I'm not even sure why. It just kind of gives it a bit more crunch, and then I dip the low mids, more high mids, and then towards the end you just want to tail it off so that you haven't got fuzziness. And without it, it's the same kind of effect as when you put too much gain on it from the amp. Flying it off the screen, and it's just kind of fuzzy and doesn't sound very professional at all. It's really messy. But once it's on, it kind of pinpoints the sound to where I want it to go. It's going to cut through the mix much better now. Yeah, and there we are, that's pretty much it, I think.